Jellyfish is Tracy. It's funny is I was at work this morning and I have like my water bottle. This is actually not my main water bottle. This is my other water bottle. It says beach please and I think it's so funny. So I love this. It's so great. So I have my main water bottle and I was drinking it this morning and I noticed that it was like 8 o'clock and I didn't drink a lot of water and I was like, I need to drink some more water because I'm like my job's fitness coach basically. I'm like, you need to be drinking more water right now. Like I've honestly considered it. I've honestly considered like going in to be like a fitness like person because, Okay, that was attractive. Fam, what was that? Is that my cat? Oh, baby cat, hello, hi. Guys, you wanna see my baby? Look at the little cat. Look at him. Ha, so cute. It's funny is I don't talk like that to small children. I talk to small children like they're adults. I only talk to pets like that. Oh my god, a cute little puppy. Anyways, I'm just giving you the disclaimer. This is going to be long. It's going to be rambly. It's going to be all over the place. If you don't like that, this is not the video for you. So I knew that I wanted to make this video talking about sleep and stuff like that. But I want to get off on a little bit of a tangent because I just recently came across this subject matter that I wanted to talk about. And I didn't want to do 2 separate ones. And I was like, it's a real talk. It can be about whatever I want. And, sometimes I get some questions from people who are like, hey, questions, sometimes statements, sometimes like, hey, I noticed that you don't edit your videos a lot. I noticed this, things like that, along that sort of subject realm. Or a lot of times it's about like video length. A lot of people ask about that. And I actually want to tell you guys the reason why I don't edit my videos. So I want to take you guys back a little bit to when I watched beauty videos on YouTube. I no longer watch really any anymore, and I do this for a couple of reasons. The first reason is that I'm a vegetarian in real life and vegan with my makeup, so I don't use makeup that's tested on animals. And so a lot of times these girls talk about makeup that is tested on animals, and it's like, why would I watch a video about that when I'm not going to go out and purchase that item anyway? It just doesn't really make sense to me. That's one reason. And another reason is I need water. Baby cat's just chilling in my threshold. I don't know what he's doing. He's just chilling. He's just like sitting there. He's like cleaning himself, whatever. Anyways, so that was one thing. And the other reason about why I don't really edit my videos is because, and I don't know necessarily, I guess people in other communities, not just the beauty community. Oh fam, hold up. Comic-Con pass is a little bit backwards. There we go. It really bothers me if you've been to Comic-Con, because I've gone, oh my god, the past 4 years, which is crazy to me. They're all Walking Dead themed. And I'm like, can we please get like a non-Walking Dead, can I like, actually, I don't want to like move my dog. My little pink dog, but this was this past year's Comic-Con pass. It was also a Yu-Gi-Oh lanyard, which I thought was really funny, but they're all Comic-Con, all these badges, and I think that's so lame, because the past 4 years, it's been, Walking Dead, and I love zombies. Like, I love zombies, but like, I don't know, I haven't watched Walking Dead. I don't really plan to. Anyways, that was not the point. What I really want to say is the reason why I stopped doing, what was I saying? Like the editing and stuff, is I noticed that a lot of like the girls that I watch with beauty videos, a lot of them were like trying to make their videos look so cool and so flashy, and they were doing all this sweet editing, and their thumbnails were like on fleek, and like everything was great and like overly saturated. And like when I'm talking about editing, I'm not talking about like, oh, I lost what I was saying, I'm just gonna like stop recording or, cut that out or whatever. No, I'm talking about like every 3 seconds, it's like, where's cut? And I'm just like, why are you editing this? Like, you're overly editing. And it's up to the point where it's like, it doesn't feel real to watch. People don't talk like that. Like, that's one of the reasons why I love these videos and why I think a lot of you like these videos, because it's like Tracy, unedited, Tracy, uninterrupted. Like, it's genuine, it's real. And I feel like those types of videos, it felt like these people were like, trust me, I'm talking about this makeup product and why you should buy it, and it's so great. And then it's like, yeah, but like you're editing every 2 seconds and I don't really know who you are. And that's like one thing that I feel like I try to do, is I try to be like, this is who, because this is who I am this is me. Jellyfish queen. What's going on? Like, you know, it's never been like, oh, hold up, let me turn my light on. This is legit me. If you've never watched one of my videos before, seriously, this is me being a complete and utter mess of a person because the phone's ringing. Because this is who oh, can you see that? Hold up, you can see that. Oh, I'm so sorry. Yeah, my life is a total mess. And I'm not someone who's gonna be like, everything is so prim and proper and perfect and my lighting is on fleek and I have like $1,000 camera and look at my lighting. This is like a selfie light that I bought for $10. My camera is like only $200. Like, seriously, guys, like, really. It's just, things are not perfect in MTG Goddess Land because this is real life. This is how things are. So that was kind of one rant that I wanted to talk to you guys about. And then on the really opposite end, I want to talk about sleep. And I know it sounds so random. And, you know, I've talked to you guys a lot about how I've gotten out of competitive Magic, and there's been a lot of reasons for that. And one thing that I kind of felt like was attached to competitive Magic was going to competitive events. Is, in my opinion, if I was going to play competitively, bro, I want to go to competitive events. I used to go to a ton when I first got into competitive Magic. That was a pretty overwhelming time for me. I, like, dated this pretty good Magic player, you know. Guy was real good at Magic, and, you know, he would be like, let's go to all these Magic events, and that was honestly really cool. Like, it was sweet dating someone who was also into the game and dating someone, and we would like go to Magic events, and like that was like a date, and like that was really cool. Like, I'm someone who's just like, hey, like, let's go sit under the stars, or let's go, you know, hang out and drink hot chocolate. Like, I'm not like a fancy person. Hey, listen, if you want to get me Hamilton tickets, just saying, that'd be pretty lit. But like, you know, on the real scheme of things, on the realistic scheme of things, you know, that was like really cool. And so kind of being thrown into competitive Magic and being thrown into these events because that was what he wanted to do, and I was not like opposed. I was like, sure, I'll go to all these competitive events. Sounds good to me. And I felt like one of the reasons and one of the things that kind of went along with competitive events was going to tournaments. And one of my things about going to tournaments is, one, I didn't want to really dish out money for those tournaments. And that's just kind of how I'm at right now. I really only spend my money on Magic cards that I need at the present moment. So like, I need cards for my EDH deck. I got this list actually right here on a sheet of paper of some cards that I need for my 5-color ladies EDH deck. Oh, guys. Okay, seriously, this is real talk. I'm gonna take you guys along. I'm making tater tots, and I'm making, what am I making? I just really don't want to have to edit. That's actually what I'm really telling you guys. I'm making tater tots and I'm making pizza bagels. And, you know, I'm not really the biggest fan of pizza bagels, but my mom bought them, and I'm not gonna, like, not eat pizza bagels. That's kind of how I'm feeling, right? Okay, I'm gonna keep this light on, because I'm gonna come back for this in, like, 5 or 10 minutes. So anyways, so, now I don't remember what I was saying, talking about, like, Magic events or something like that. Oh, yeah, like, tournaments. Okay, yeah, so, like, going to tournaments, whatever. That's another reason, too, of editing, is I don't want to have to, like, that's so much work, I don't want to have to do that. That's pure laziness on my point. 100% straight up will admit, no shame. No shame, 2K17, don't care. But yeah, like, with going to tournaments was dishing out the money, and like, yeah, that's how I feel I'm at right now, is going to tournaments, blowing $30 or whatever. Just not something that I really want to do. My goal is to find a job. I've been looking for like 2 months at this point, if you guys have been like keeping up with that. Crossing our fingers, send some love my way, really. I freaking need a job at this point, like a big girl job. I have a job, I have a job. I do things. I make okay money, but I need like a job that pays better, and benefits would be pretty lit, just saying. You know, so I need that, but yeah, so tournaments. So yeah, I've been looking for a job and anything like that, and so I'm trying to move out at some point, and, you know, putting a lot of my paycheck towards that, so I'm spending my money on not a lot of things that I normally spend money on. Anyways, so with tournaments, I remember going to tournaments, and I remember, having to wake up really early. And I know some people, you know, are going to be like, yep, that comes with the territory. You go to tournaments, you need to wake up early. That's the nature of the beast. And listen, yeah, I agree. And then when I tell you guys this, I want you to, like, attempt, even if you don't fully understand, to just hear me out and talk about and hear this sort of situation. So, I have thyroid disease, and I was diagnosed when I was in, like, maybe I was like a freshman, I think, in college. It's hereditary. I got it from my mom. My mom was diagnosed when she, like, much later on in life. Like, she was only diagnosed, like, I think 5 or so years ago, and then I was diagnosed, like, 4 years ago. So it was pretty close when we found out that we each have this. And basically, one of my symptoms that I have is sleep issues, basically. What I mean by that is I mean that I can get 12 hours of sleep and still feel really tired. And when I say this, I don't mean your average tired, like someone who, hey, I just slept and I woke up and I'm a little tired, I need some coffee. I don't mean that. I mean, like, physically exhausted. Like, think of how you feel when you are so exhausted that you hate everything and you just want to go to bed. It's like that times like 5. And that's how I feel. I don't know about other people who have it, but, you know, it is a symptom of it. And it's made me and my life and my schedule, it's made things really difficult. You know, because I was doing at my job, I was doing 6 a.m.s. So I was waking up at 5. And, you know, for some people, that is no big deal. For a lot of people, I think, even for people who don't have a disease and don't have it, they're like, that's too early. And, you know, I did it for a little bit, and I just told work, I was like, listen, I'm sorry, I can't do this. The reason why I can't is because I have a really hard time waking up in the morning. This is like getting me emotional. I have a really hard time waking up in the morning. It's a very serious thing. It's a very legitimate thing. It's not me being like, I'm trying to get out of 6 a.m.s. Like, realistically, if I wanted to keep doing them, I wouldn't mind, because most days I get out of there at 10, sometimes 12, sometimes 2. It's really nice. But physically, I think there's some people, in my opinion, who are just straight up night owls, and I am one of those people. I'm a writer. I do a lot of my writing at night, and that is when, if you were to be like, what does your writing space look like? I don't write during the day. I have a very difficult time writing. Where I am most creative in terms of writing is at nighttime. I feel the creative sparks. I feel that energy happen at night. So if I want to do those things, you know, trying to do that and trying to fall asleep, and then I try to think about, hold up, pizza may be ready, and I try to think about falling asleep, it just, like, doesn't happen, because my head's like, you need to fall asleep, so you're not falling asleep. And that's basically, if I burnt anything, okay, I didn't, that's great. I burnt actually my bagel earlier, and I was really bummed. I had to throw it out. I hate throwing food out because it feels so wasteful, and there's so many people in this world who, like, can't afford food, and I hate that. I hate being wasteful. That's, like, my whole thing, is I feel like I'm on this, like, kind of minimalism journey. Like, I'm trying to be more minimalism with my lifestyle, and I'm not saying I'm 100% perfect, and I'm totally not there, but you know what? This is what I'm trying to do. I really am. I'm trying to be, what is this? I'm just debating if this plate size fine. I don't know what I'm talking about. But I'm trying to be more practical, and I'm trying to be more realistic with my lifestyle. So I've talked about it. I'm a vegetarian. Love being a vegetarian. My goal is to be a vegan at some point when I move out. That's what I want to do with my life, baby. That's just the lifestyle I want to lead. I want to lead a minimalistic lifestyle. Okay, so I'm going to take these, but I'm not going to eat them because I'm not going to eat on camera. That's a little bit strange. I've done strange things, but that's a little bit too crazy. And they're going to be super hot, and, you know. Okay, yeah, so the whole sleep thing. So it's basically made going to Magic tournaments really tough. And it's made waking up and you know, some of the tournaments I would go to, and I'm sure you guys know this, you know, were like an hour, 2 hours away. Now I want to talk about GP Pittsburgh. GP Pittsburgh was by far one of the best experiences in my life, not just because of Magic, but just in general. It was probably the best Magic experience. I lied. Best Magic experience was when I top-8'd my first ever tournament. That was lit. But this was like the second best experience that I ever had. And you know, it was so, GP Pittsburgh was awesome, But one of the things that really held me back from that was I didn't feel like I was doing my best, because the night before I got 5 hours of sleep. 5 hours of sleep for me is nowhere near enough. I need like at least like 10 hours of sleep, maybe even 11 and 12 hours. I'm on a very, like, sleep is the most important thing, one of the most important things in my life. I need sleep. I am not someone who does all-nighters, never done one in my life, will never ever do that in my life. I could never see myself doing that. I also don't drink coffee. I know myself and I know how I am, and I know that I'd get addicted to coffee and I'd spend way too much money on coffee, and I'm not doing that with my life. So no, I will refuse to drink coffee. I will never drink coffee. Yeah, I know. Hold up, fam. What time are we on? Okay, I thought this video was like a million minutes long, but it's actually not. That's great. But yeah, so and it sucks because, like, I think that going to tournaments with friends, that to me is such a sweet bonding experience. I just heard a noise and I realized it was my chair. It's such a sweet bonding experience with friends. You know, I went with like ex-boyfriends and it was, you know, even some memories weren't great there. It's going to tournaments with them at the time was really sweet and had great times. And yeah, going to GP Pittsburgh though, like running off of 5 hours of sleep, you know, after like 5 rounds of losing everything, I was like, and having one round tied, I was like, I need sleep. My friend Tyler and I, we just went back to the hotel room and I napped. And then like, it was one of our friends' birthdays going into like that night, so we wanted to go out and I wanted to, but I was so exhausted. And it's really like, this has impacted my life significantly, the whole sleep situation. Like, it really sucks. It really does, because I feel like, you know, like, I want to talk about sleepovers, for example. Like, sleeping over other people's houses is extraordinarily hard for me because I'm the type of person who, I need to be in my bed. I need to be in my bed. I will not sleep well regardless, like, where I am. It's just, it's really hard. Like, if I go on, like, vacation, for example, that's different. I haven't gone on vacation in a really long time, but, you know, that's different. But then, like, what was I gonna say? You know what, dude, I'm gonna eat this pizza bagel. I don't even care. You guys like pizza bagels? They're pretty okay. They're not, like, my favorite food ever, but I cook these perfectly. Let's do this. Like, they're, like, golden brown. That's how, like, it should be. These are actually a little bit warm. Still technically sick, but, let's see. Yeah, going to tournaments, really, really tired. Oh yeah, sleepovers and stuff like that. So, like, if I were to go over to one of my friend's house and sleep over, it would be really difficult for me. I've, like, when I was, like, in high school and my girlfriends and I, we'd, like, sleep over each other's houses. Sometimes I would have my mom come and pick me up that night because I just knew that I didn't want to sleep over because I knew I would just be, like, so tired. So, you know, I just did that. I just, oh, I didn't bring my plate. Winning. Yeah, those are done. Let's grab on my plate. Nice job, Tracy. Those are gonna take a while to cool. Those are actually pretty warm when they come out. I'm gonna put some salt so you guys can see my messy room. That's messy for me, actually. I'm such a neat freak. I love things being neat. I could never be messy. This is not only a, let's talk about everything. Let's, like, find out random things about Tracy. That's baby cat. Look at that. Baby cat looking out the window. Yeah, so, again, it's affected me in ways that some people just don't get. Like, oh, why can't you just go to bed early? 'Cause I can't. I just can't. But the thing is that it's different every day. So, for example, let's talk about today. Today I had work at 6 a.m. today. And, remember how I was just saying how that makes it really hard for me to get up? I went to bed last night at, like, 10:30. I've also been keeping track of my sleep. Really important thing, I think, to do if I've just started doing this, so I'm not like, oh, I do this all the time. I just started doing it. I'm gonna put some salt and I'm gonna put some pepper on my tater tots. Goodness knows this is not the healthiest dinner. I'm a really bad influence. Sorry, I'm over here like, I'm a vegetarian. I'm so great. I am pretty great, but this is not. Do this one-handed. But yeah, so What was I saying? Yeah. I don't remember what I was saying. But yeah. Yeah, like, there's a lot of people who just, like, don't get it, who... Oh, yeah, okay, so work this morning. So basically, I had work, and I went to bed last night at 10:30. And I went to bed at 10:30, and I woke up at 5:20 for my 6 a.m. shift. And I felt fine today at work, actually. It was great. I went to work, I wasn't that tired, and then I got through my shift, and it was actually a really good day. Which was awesome. So, like, that's something, but then there's other days, like, last week I had on, I think it was Friday. Yeah, it was, like, last week Friday. Long story short, there were some things that happened with, like, my hours and things changing, whatever. I was asked to stay till 2, but didn't realize that I would be staying that late that day. And I had to work, and my manager was like, hey, I need you to do this, I need you to go on cash register. So I gone 4 hours, and I'm also the type who, I need food. When I need food in my system. So it was like 4 hours later, and typically what happens after that time is we take our breaks close after that. She's like, hey, I need you to go on the cash register, and I was like, listen, I was like, I do not feel well, I'm physically exhausted, didn't get a lot of sleep last night, I got like 5 hours the night before, you know, and she was like, alright, she's like, I'll see what I can do. So I got to leave early that day, it was really nice, I just wasn't feeling well, so it fluctuates, it comes, it goes, you know, there's some days where I feel better than others, but I do think that getting on this new schedule, also, I'm a person of routine. I need my routine, and that's another reason, too, why I really want a more stable job, because I want, and I know some people think they're like, oh, you're not gonna want it when you get there. I need a 9-to-5 job. I need something like that. I need routine. I need something that's like the same day all the time, you know. I need something stable like that in my life because I'm a creature of habit and that's just how I function. And that's just how I function best. That's why I made a YouTube schedule because I need something to keep like up here, like kind of sort of sane. So yeah, guys, that was it. I'm gonna enjoy these tater tots. I love tater tots. Oh my god, I saw the best recipe for potatoes on Facebook. It's like you take like a potato and then you cut, like you slice it and then you put like cheese like in between the cracks, and I was like, that sounds amazing. And you can put vegan cheese in it too if you're a vegan, which is awesome. I was like, that's sweet. So anyways, I'm gonna enjoy this super unhealthy food and I will talk to you guys later. Bye.